Alright guys, so we're going to start changing some content up on this second channel. So allow me to introduce it. This is going to be my personal channel. I have been taking everything and trying to set it aside. So I'm going to try to do the stuff over here that I wouldn't normally post on the main channel, but I am going to be posting anything business related, whether it's diesel repair, trailer repair, any of that stuff, whether it's my projects with the diesel trucks, any of that stuff I'm going to post over there. But this video, I wouldn't post over there because it's probably going to be more of a boring video. But I decided just to say, hey, let's post everything up here. So if you guys are new here and you just found this channel out of nowhere, go check out the second channel, CP Steve Miller. It will soon be CP Logistics and Diesel Repair. Probably within the next week, we're going to be changing and switching everything over. But this is my 2006 Ram 3500. We are slowly converting it over to black. We're getting rid of the doors, we're painting the cab, and these fenders are getting sold tomorrow, so I got to come in here tomorrow and pull them off. But this is my 32-foot trailer. It is a gooseneck. Just kidding. Yeah, it's still a gooseneck, but it's a fifth wheel coupler. Probably going to drop that down one more, but this is my 32-foot trailer. This is what I use for random miscellaneous things. We just got it cleaned off today. That's why it's down here. But this is the shop. We are out here in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. If you guys want to go check any of the other stuff out, I also changed the Instagram. I went and changed that as well. So my Instagram is strictly now the CP Logistics and Diesel Repair. So I went through, I spent the last couple months kind of reorganizing everything. We're not finished yet. We have a lot of stuff to do. I'd like to get more air. We're going to be doing a ton with the air compressor, bunch of different lines. We're working on getting the lift in once I get this thing out. Over here, we just started getting some new shelving units in, so we kept all of the specialty tools and stuff in here, coolant testers, brake caliper kits, all that stuff up in here. We have all the bolt bins down here, and then any of the welding and kind of fabrication supplies in there. This is just a catch-all drawer here for some tools, and then down here we have all that stuff. We have jumper cables and whatnot, so more specialty items there. We got two things of ratchet straps. I got to find a place for these, and then I move the coolers up here. But over here, we have been doing a ton of part outs, and this is kind of where all the parts have been. Now, I've spent a lot of time trying to figure this out. I would like to make a second layer up here for some of the stuff that, you know, it's a little bit of an eyesore, but you know, it works for now. But I'd like to have that second layer to be able to put stuff like this so that we can have this space back. This guy might do a video on this eventually, but we got the fridge, some NOSes, the battery charger, and then that intercooler's for sale. But kind of like more catch-all stuff. Any of my power tools and pry bars and hammers are over here. The microwave, you know, all the bullshit. But some of this stuff we do have for sale stuff, like these mirrors. They're just sitting up here on the shelf because they're neat. And then these things, like stuff like that, all for sale. We got a set of 6 brand new injectors as well. And then this bay right here, I pretty much work out of this bay. I didn't know yet or not if we want to put a lift in here or not, because we kind of bring vehicles in sideways sometimes and it's kind of a cluster. But I know when we do the lift, I want to at least get one right here, because some of these big projects like this one, I do want to get the cab pulled off of it, drop the frame and pull it down, and it's a lot nicer with a lift. So might do a couple of them, I'm not sure. But we went through and cleaned up everything under here. Every job that we do gets a roll cart. So this one's just for the metal. This one here is for that. I just moved it over here for the video's sake. And then these two are for one bay and the other bay. And then all of my tools, I kind of have everything organized and put into here. No, I don't work it out of a toolbox, because mainly I think a toolbox is going to go there in the future once we hire somebody. But as of now, if I ever need to go hop in my truck, this whole setup right here fits in the back of my truck, that little lid box back there. And then those 3 things right there, that one, and that one fit in the big toolbox in the bed. So a little bit of a work cart here. This thing also fits back in there as well. We have any of these specialty sockets, and you know, this just... yeah, you guys get it. And then a couple other little odds and ends, ball joint press, and a puller tool down here. brake cleaner, the whole 9 yards, fluids wise, anything we need. Scotch-Brite, I got more rags on order. I got a whole nother thing of these on order, and then the gloves, and then just kind of a catch-all on the wall. We're slowly, you know, getting everything organized up. Like I said, a toolbox is gonna go here at some point. We're still working on getting lighting. We're gonna be doing lighting on the roof. Eventually gonna be getting some of that stuff. We're probably gonna start tying some of those in to the other electrical connections, because we're still working on getting some of this stuff like this just kind of chilling. Not acceptable, but we're slowly getting there. So we just noticed there's a little bit of a mess here, but slowly cleaning that up. We just got this desk in. This vise is bolted down. I'm waiting. I got to get the tools to bolt this vise, or I'm waiting on the bolts to get that one down. But main thing that I've kind of learned out of having this shop for almost a full year is don't leave things on the ground. Like, we used to have stuff stacked in the bottom there and back in there. And when I pulled this stuff out, I tell you, there is so much dust and debris just from working with metal, and that stuff goes everywhere. So occasionally I try to come in here and blow off everything. It's definitely a chore to keep it clean in here. This thing's leaking brake fluid, so that's why we're catching right there. This is just the old scrap truck. I still got to get the drivetrain out of this, but this thing is definitely doing what it needs to. But yeah, so I got my jack stands under there. We're probably going to go through, reorganize them. We got a 6.7 Cummins head, which I'm going to find a spot for. And I don't know, I think we were just working on that one, so I'm going to be blowing this off afterwards. I don't like that. And then this whole orientation here, once this is out, will be put in there. So that's why this stuff was pulled out. Also wanted to do some cleaning back behind there. More parts stuff. This engine is a good engine that has been posted up for sale. We're just waiting on selling that. This thing, again, another piece that for some reason it's still here. We're waiting on selling. And then we got the welders over here. We got MIG and TIG. We do stick and MIG. I don't do anything with the TIG welder. I don't know how to TIG. It's not anything that I'm interested in, but that's just where we're at with that. And then bay number 3. This is where, if I have a job in both of these bays and I need to work in here, this is where I'll do this. I kind of shoot back and forth between the two, but I really like this middle bay. It's really good for big projects that I know we're going to have in here for a long while, like this. I think this thing's been in here for 2 or 3 weeks now, just kind of chilling and collecting dust. So this is where I like to have those projects, but I do need to pull the cab on that because I'm too lazy to just pull the motor and everything else and get underneath of it. So that's what we'll do. Drop the frame, keep the cab on jack stands, pull it out, and then I'll probably pull the motor and all that stuff right here, and then probably just shove it back under, bolt it back up, and then throw it on the trailer and send it down to scrap. I'll let Josh, you gonna make a video on this eventually?
Probably not.
Probably not in this video, but you should make a video on this in your personal channel. You should do that today and actually post some content for people, because people are interested in your life.
I love giving the content, but I think making it.
Yeah, it's fun. So this is where I kind of keep the engine crane. I keep Josh just gave me another jack because he doesn't want to take it home, so I'm fine. We have a second jack. I do need to get another one because this one's kind of a little bent, but not a big deal. Creeper, going to be ordering another one of them. I had 2 somewhere. I don't know what happened to the other one. And then, like I said, kind of like a catch-all on that. This is the main desk, so when customers come in, this is where we sit. We got the trash can there, but I try to keep everything clean. I just got lunch there, so just ignore that. And then any of the keys and businesses that we work with, I have set up here. We got Brandon's Detailing, Carnes Performance. I like them for the bike stuff. Boost Auto, and then these guys, I could never pronounce their name, Buman Diesel or something, but we get genuine Cummins parts out of them. But yeah, you can see the organization. I like everything hangs up. This is where all my spare scrap metal goes. We are going to be building a shelf eventually to get this off of the ground. I don't like having scrap on the ground. But that's where it's at. And we do a couple of things with exhaust systems. That's where we're at with that. I got 3-inch piping left over from a previous job, and then the little leaf blower for blowing out the shop. Like I said, that's a temporary till we get the air compressor fixed. I'll work my way over there and then over on the truck side. But ladder, steel, all this other stuff, kind of a catch-all over here. We have the scrap bin here. This is where I throw all my scrap. Right now it's all going in that truck.
You spoke on that, right?
What?
You spoke on on this.
No, this isn't even for this video. This is for something completely different. But just doing a shop, tour at this point. And yeah, so over here we'll finish it up. This is a customer of mine. Very expensive bike. It has the belt is broken, the kickstand's broken, and there is a hole in the crankcase, so it has been leaking oil everywhere. So I've been catching it, and we do have a jack stand on it so it doesn't fall over. And then this is also a customer bike of mine. That's a custom setup. He's still working on that, getting everything taken care of. This thing is a sketchy but fun thing. So just keep that in mind. And then we have the motorcycle ramp here. Probably going to do away with the motorcycle ramp, and we're going to be replacing this air compressor as well, because that thing is just terrible. So other than that, 3 axles. Cummins 2-wheel drive dually. Cummins 4-wheel drive. They're both 354, and then this one's for a Hemi. It's an open rear. I don't know how much it's worth, but there's that. This thing's going to be probably here for a couple months. You can see he's laid it down a couple of times. But that's pretty much where we're at with the Ducati. Now, what I was telling you guys, that, well, first of all, this is the shop. This is where we work. We're out here in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. And this is what I pretty much do for a living, between this and Hot Shot. But what I was saying with not carrying a toolbox, you guys see the orientation with all of this stuff here. You see how specific this is organized. We're going to go outside, and I'm going to show you. So if we come down here to the back of the truck, I know a bunch of guys have asked about this, but check it out. This whole box I made, and everything fits in here exactly in that same orientation, and it fits. It doesn't, it's perfect. And then this box over here, it's empty right now, but that's where all the other tools go. And then obviously the welder and the aux tank and this and that. But other than that, I mean, ask me some questions, but I figure I'm going to do a ton of stuff on the personal channel. Any of this project stuff you'll see on the main channel, on the business page. But it's just a 2006 Dodge with, you know, built tranny, bigger injectors, a tune, a big bumper, and air seat. But like I said, we're slowly converting it over to black, getting rid of all the rust. This truck has been a hell of a work truck and has been a pretty decent truck. So if it wasn't, I would be parting it out, but it's been a good truck, so I don't need to part it out. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna do a lot more personal videos on here, just maybe get one-on-one and talk with you guys and see if anybody is interested in the conversations we're gonna have. There'll still be bike stuff. We're gonna do gym stuff occasionally. Probably the only thing with me you're gonna see is deadlift videos. Josh has his own channel for his stuff. I'll probably do a video on that thing there because Dodge problems. But other than that, I think that pretty much does it for this. If you guys were interested in stuff, I mean, go check out the other channel, CP Steve Miller. Everything on there leads to the business stuff. So if you were buying parts or needing diesel repair or any of that stuff. But this channel is going to be personal, hooligan. Like, I can do whatever I want over here and just have fun with it. So if we're going to, you know, I'm going to block Speedos on the bike stuff, but I've kind of gotten over too many people complain about how we ride. And I'm just going to block the Speedo from now on and just post whatever I want over here. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hopefully this does a little bit better than some of the other stuff, but yeah, you guys will make it happen. I appreciate you guys.